also own a farm.
Here we go.
You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. So a little update on where we are at. We got almost an inch of rain in like probably 20 minutes last night. I know there's places that got up to 8 inches. Absolutely insane. So an inch will be okay for us. I feel bad for everybody that got hammered that did not need the flooding, the devastation, and everything else like that. But this morning, manure hauling got delayed, if not canceled for today. We got to see what comes of it, but we got some things going on. We're gonna get the rotary mower probably on the 27th and see what comes of today, and see when we get the call to either go manure hauling or yeah, do our own stuff all day. So waiting on this truck right here coming down the road, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, we got the county that's digging the roads. They said, hey, we need another spot to dump some material. I said, right on the end of mine. So I signed all the waivers, talked to the guys this morning. They're dumping stuff right now. And we're not manure hauling. It's too wet. They got hammered with rain up there, I guess. So can't find a place dry enough for the frac tank, which is good. I can get some stuff done around here and be ahead a little bit. Okay, so our roadway expansion project is going on a little bit more today. The county, it is their last day digging ditches. So quarter mile up the road, they're gonna start paving and pretty much pave right into town, which is gonna be awesome. Very excited to have good asphalt going that way, because we're only gonna have more truck traffic for ourselves, I know. This is where we're at. We got this concrete fill and it worked out awesome. Had some headaches involved with some neighbors at some time with it, but overall this is what DEC said was great. The county's digging ditches. It did rain an inch, so they're digging ditches. This is pretty much coverage for, so it looks good. So I'm pushing it over. They got plenty of loads. They said, well, what happens when we run out of space right here? I said, oh, we'll make some more, don't worry. And then we could put some up on the back on the other pad, slope it over the top, but this is basically coverage. It isn't the fill to build a roadway on. We already have that up to there. We do have to do another 30 foot, but we got to put the pipe in to make that happen. So this will work out. Today is going to consist of jumping around. I got to go post office. What else we got to do? Post office, computer just left. So I have a Razor Blade 15 I edit video with. I know this isn't part of the farming channel, but people do ask. Razor Blade 15 I edit video with. It got slower and slower and slower. A local guy, gentleman in Cherry Valley, does computer work. And he came, I hit him up. I said, hey, my screen's half working. It slowly fades out. He put a new screen in it. He cleaned the computer and it's 100 times better. And he said, hey, you want some more RAM in this and a hard drive? And the battery was expanding, and so there's no battery in it. So he got everything, and they came and pick it up and go. So if you're local and you want to know that number, write in the comments. I'll send it to you or whatnot. But that was a big game changer, because I can edit video so much faster again. It's amazing. Computers get slow, and then over time, and you don't really notice it. But all right, sloppy mess a little bit. We'll level it out, and it's going to be a good day to have a good day. 27, that could. So a little bit, and this stuff will dry out pretty good, I would say. But it is in a spot where it was supposed to be draining ditches. Well, it's a ditch, and they're digging them out because when they do the roadway, they want everything, the infrastructure around it, in a good spot. have to come back and level it out a little bit once the mud becomes dirt again. In between loads from the county, we'll do some chores. Can I help you? Why don't you guys go out and pasture? I'm gonna clean this all up for you. And then throw the mower on. And then this afternoon, once they're done bringing me loads, we will grab that bedding bale that's out there that got wet. We'll use it as bedding. You want to get up, guys? No? And another one. On-pasture at the same time, they're not comfortable. They find somewhere to be comfortable. Okay, we are back here. Oh, look, the 8-row cultivator. A bunch of people have said, why aren't you cultivating this, that, blah, blah. Well, we're not organic. And spraying everything took a lot shorter time than it does cultivating, especially if you got to hit it with 2 passes. We're not set up. I didn't plan anything to cultivate, so no end rows, stuff like that. Yeah. No. But we do have the rotary mower. We're going to go give this a whirl, get some stuff cleaned up. Well, I am mowing behind the garage. This sure beats weed whacking it. But it's a steep hill, so I'm just backing up it. I think the county guys are at lunch. I know they stopped to take their lunch midday. Yeah, it's 12:16. They brought me some super wet material, then they started bringing me dry material. It really depends on the ditch. But I've been pushing it over and then mowing in between, so. We are gonna have to weed whack or spray these weeds right up next to it, just because I cannot get right up close to it. but it's gonna look a lot better. I also, you guys around. I also mowed all around the telephone poles. So pretty excited about that. We've lived here almost a year and a half, never mowed around them. So this is stuff that doesn't make me any money at all, but it does give you some pride. So I'm gonna feel good after doing it, but while doing it, I'm like, there's so many other things that I should be doing as a source of income. But we're not hauling manure today. Tomorrow, hopefully. What was that? Rock? Oh yeah, big hole. I'm learning as we go. Holy smokes, that's good. How come I never noticed that was there? There's a bunch of them right on the back wall. I'm also looking at it now that we've sprayed it. I know it needs more nitrogen. We're going to see exactly what we can do. It's not in a bad spot, but we could feed it a little bit more. But pulling up some of these sides so it makes life better, keeps the hedgerows back. We got to trim a lot of branches. One of these days when I got some help, go around with the chainsaw in the man basket and get them all cleaned up. This is working. These are things I never got till last year because, well, we didn't really have a rotary mower. Isaiah came in and mowed some stuff for us. And yeah, it's the rewarding little stuff. It goes a long way at the end of the day, I guess. Went all around up front, out back, around, got everything mowed up. We still got to do a little bit of that pasture down below, but they're done bringing me material, at least for today. I think they're done completely. The last few loads were getting drier, and then all of a sudden they brought me some bush. But in a couple weeks, that stuff will be pretty dry. Hopefully we will put the other pipe in there, put some fill in, and then we can use all that material to grade it out and slope it. So that we'll have vegetation and everything else like that. Stuff really doesn't grow in concrete and bricks and stuff like that, as far as the fill. So this was a top coat pretty much is what it is, and it should be some great material because it's been sitting in the ditches. So I'm gonna scrape the road down, that way nobody calls and complains, even though it was the county. But yeah, wrap up some mowing in the pasture there, and then I'll feel pretty accomplished today. That was a little better. We gotta hit it right in the middle. big maintenance day, right, bud? Right? Okay, so we got driveway expansion project. Things moved along quite good today. Cleaned the calves, mowed what I could in here. There's still some wet spots. We still got to do a little bit of digging, maintenance. But got the weeds under control other than where the ditch goes through. We got to clean that pile up, and we got to get that pile out of here as far as scrap metal. At some point we're going to tear this down. And there's always people that are like, why don't you park stuff? Why don't you do stuff with it? And I've explained in multiple videos, but I'll do it again for you guys that don't listen or don't watch every video. So this building is collapsing completely in. Like that wall is coming this way completely. So when we tear it down, we're gonna have to either build that up. We'll probably leave this pad because the pad's not horrible other than over there where the wall ripped out. But as you see, the ceilings are all, it's wet in here. There is a drain, which probably isn't legal to be a drain, to be honest. So we're not using it as a drain, but I got 5 bales in here that are wetter, on the wetter side, that got sprayed with acid and whatnot. They'll keep, I just didn't want them mixed with the other bales. But yeah, the wall falling in, the roof junk, the structure junk, the back wall pushing out. That is why we're not using this building at all. It's a safety hazard. Yeah, and somebody's gonna, oh, you could fix that. How much money you want to put in a junk building? This is not insured. My insurance guy said, yeah, we're not going to insure that. I said, I don't blame you. But piece of wood. Yeah, and it's always wet. Previous people that farmed here, as John said for himself, they put a tractor in here and the motor locked up from sitting in here because of the dampness. All the milk room wastewater, and there's tile on the other side, stuff like that. And yeah, there's an okay roof here. The other side's not good. By the time we spend taking the roof off, it's not worth anything. Done manure hauling till probably next week, which is okay. Because, well, I'd like to keep that truck busy, but if we're not gonna haul next week, that dump trailer might go on the red truck. We might do some work. I'm thinking in my head. Ooh. Wow, somebody made a mess of this thing. Don't worry, it's gonna go back on in a little bit. We'll clean it up. Still got to figure out the hydraulic leak. I think it's the pump leaking, so that's not good. But yeah, the mud. Millennials problems. So we're not manure hauling. This weekend is honestly Aaron, AA. A lot of people actually ask, when do we get them? How is Aaron and Isaiah connected? Isaiah works for Aaron. Aaron owns AA Custom Forage Harvesting, Custom Harvesting, and it will be his 20th. This is his 20th year. So he started with the Magnum and pull type chopper, dump cart, well, dump wagon, and some Ford Louisville. I'll have to get a picture of it because it's cool. If I remember, I'll put it right down here. I think I got a picture of it on my phone. But how's it work out? Aaron and Isaiah are co-owners in the Superliner, and then Isaiah does his own stuff too. So as you all know, everybody works with everybody, and it all works out. So that is the relation. Aaron and Isaiah are not related, even though people always ask that. They are not related. Alrighty, let me throw the grapple on. We gotta go get that bale. That way I can let the calves back in. They're probably mad at me because I locked them out. But it's a gorgeous day. The other night I just ran out of time, and we should have grabbed the bale, but I knew I had stuff to do in between. So we're getting it now. Not the end of the world, right? I have a feeling it's just gonna break into pieces. But we'll have to do multiple trips, but we'll see. We'll try it though. I don't know how wet it is. Once we get it in there, we'll see. There's no point in putting super wet bale down, but it did get an inch of rain on it. What's up, boys? I got some flies. Oh yeah, they'll soak up. We'll be good. So take the string off, break it up, and let it go. Every time we do this, I don't put lime down because I am deathly allergic to lime. That is my biggest thing. So if I had help, I'd probably have them do it. But I'm bad with lime. Bunch of people have asked how I like the camera. Was working good. I got to get back up there and reset it or restart it. I think when we lost Wi-Fi one day in a storm, it never put itself back onto it. So we got to sync it back together. But otherwise, it's been working really good. Well, we got a little pile of bedding. This did not do what I wanted it to really do, but we'll kick it around and get it all worked up. The calves are gonna play in it anyways. For some reason, fresh bedding they love. It's like sawdust. They just go wild for it. But, hey guys. How's the new pasture? So that is junk that's going that way. Yeah. But I gave you guys new bedding. You want it? Yeah. Alrighty. How we doing? A lot of flies. We gotta get you those ear tags that keep the flies away. So they're bedded up. Did a bunch of mowing, fence line spraying, yeah, driveway building. Today got a bunch done. A lot of little things, which is stuff that adds up on the list. One post office, you know, it's a big thing. Driving 4 miles into town. Yeah, just to give you guys some, Sharon is like the town of Sharon, like Stewart's and all that, post office is like 4 miles. So when I say I went to the post office, we went 4 miles. They're gonna go in there and just hang out. I just bedded this one for you, Norman. Well, alrighty, appreciate you guys on this video. Not much really going on, checking things off. We're in a good place. I think we got to order some urea. I know the people are going to say tissue sample it and stuff like that. I'm going to see if that device is still available. I should probably shut that gate. The device we had last year, the problem was the technician that was local left in the spring. He followed a different path in his career, so they don't have anybody up here. The gentleman that I talk with is from Virginia, and if you guys don't remember what I'm talking about, they brought out a on-demand tissue tester that did it right there, GPS located and everything, which was pretty cool. I should call him and see what his schedule is and stuff like that, because that would be a cool thing to show right now, and we really know. But otherwise, we got to send samples in, but we have a lot of fields to cover, and that varies so much. So I'm penciling out the ROI of putting more nitrogen down. We put nitrogen down through the planter. We put nitrogen down ahead of it, not as much as we did last year. We put almost 70 units down before. Based on our soil, it still says that there's nitrogen available. I don't really believe that as much, but being sod last year, they said put like 20 units of nitrogen down. And I was like, no. So average around here, 150 bushel corn is Schoharie average. Yes, there's places that get much more than that, but we're not out here growing like 250 bushel corn it's pretty good. It's setting the world on fire. So that's for a lot of people. There's somebody that hit 300. They're a little north. That's not Schoharie County. But you got to spoon feed it quite a bit in this ground. We are not out in corn belt country where you guys can make 300, 350 bushel, or down south, David Hula's and stuff like that can spoon feed some things and make 600. I heard he's in a drought right now from a good source. So I have not talked to him in years, which we should get involved with that, because he does utilize source product. So, and we put some source down, which is making up for some nitrogen. So I think we still need some. Forest green, there's some spots in it still though. But alrighty, appreciate you guys. I'm rambling, I'm doing thinking in my head. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.